is of footage on my glasses. I don't remember recording a second of it. The first clip starts at 11:47 that night. My phone had already put me home on my own Wi-Fi almost 40 minutes earlier. The glasses were in their dock in my locked truck. Nobody touched them. They started recording anyway. My name is Evan. I survey land for the county in northern New Hampshire. The glasses are county field gear, the ugly work kind, not the consumer kind. I record my night drives on them ever since a moose near Groveton settled an argument with my insurance adjuster. That night, I had had dinner at my sister's in Berlin and driven home to Littleton. 70 minutes of spruce and granite I've driven 1,000 times. I docked the glasses when I pulled in. That's where they were supposed to spend the night. In the morning, they were still in the dock, charged, exactly where I left them. My phone threw a storage full alert, 14 new clips. The app logs how every clip starts. Motion, scheduled, manual. All 14 said manual. 14 taps on the temple of a pair of glasses no hand was near. 14 times something told them to look. I watched them at my kitchen table in daylight, which I keep thinking should have helped. The first clips are almost boring. Windshield, headlights, my own hands on the wheel, 10 and 2. But reading terrain is my whole job, and by the second clip, I couldn't place the road. No median, no mile markers. Birches crowded the shoulder where there should have been spruce and granite. There are no birches on my route. There is no stretch like this I can drive to. Past the reach of the headlights, the birches were lit anyway, pale and even by something overhead. The frame never turns up to find. 22 minutes of that road. The hands at the bottom of the frame never move. Not one correction, not a reach for the radio. I tried to scrub forward and watched my own thumb miss the trackpad 3 times, like the signal was coming from somewhere further away than my own wrist. Interlude. In 1961, Betty and Barney Hill drove home down US Route 3, a little south of this same road, and lost 2 hours to a light that came down and followed the car. The story remembers them as taken and returned. What no one could ever prove was simpler and worse, that the 2 people who finished the drive home were the 2 who started it. The gap in memory can be doubted for a lifetime. Evans came back synced to his phone before he finished his coffee. Clips 7, 8, and 9 are the ones I don't play for people. The truck is stopped, shoulder gravel, engine off, headlights off, and the tree line is lit. A cold, sourceless white, brighter than any dash, and every birch throwing its shadow back toward the truck, toward the camera. The frame just sits there, pointed at it. 40 minutes. I know something professionally that I need you to sit with. A camera on a human head is never still. It sways. Breath moves it. A heartbeat moves it. I level instruments for a living, and I have watched a tripod outperform a living neck every time. Clip 9 does not sway. A minute into clip 9, the audio finds footsteps in the gravel. Even, patient. a slow circle around the truck. The crunch stops exactly where the driver's mirror would be. Something leans against the glass, a sleeve, a texture in the suspension dips, the way a truck settles when a person puts their weight on it. The frame does not turn to look. Clip 10 is 6 seconds. Black. A seatbelt chime, then the sound of my own driver's door opening from the outside. Clip 11 starts outside the truck. Gravel at the bottom of the frame, where my hands should be. Something crossing the road from the tree line, from where the light had been. Steady, no sway. And through the windshield, in what little light was left, I could see the driver's seat. I was in it. Eyes open, hands at 10 and 2, on a parked truck with the engine off. As the camera came up to the glass, my head turned and tracked it the whole way in, level and smooth, like an instrument on a mount, and my eyes lagged behind the turn. Half a second late. Watch anyone check a mirror. The eyes go first, the head follows. The head in my seat was leading. It lifted one hand off the wheel, slow, palm up. Not a wave, the gesture you make when you're giving something back, or being handed it. Its mouth moved once, one word, no microphone in the cab. I've watched it at quarter speed more times than I'll admit. It isn't help. It looks like mine. The clip ends at the glass. The next one is windshield, headlights, hands at 10 and 2. Route 3, the real one, mile markers where they belong. The radio comes back mid-chorus, like it had been playing the whole time. I did what a surveyor does. I drove the route in daylight and tried to stake the footage to the ground. The birch stretch isn't there. 22 minutes of road that doesn't exist, as far as I can prove. The gas gauge was lower than it should have been. There was grit worked deep into the nose pads, pale, and not the color of any shoulder I have ever surveyed. There is one thing I could never write down. The glasses never left their dock. I found them in the truck that morning, charged, sitting where I set them the night before. And the footage on them is 61 miles long. The odometer agrees with the footage. The glasses agree with the footage. I am the only one who says I was ever home. And I was home by 11:08. I would swear it. I need to know who, or rather what, was wearing my glasses while they were recording. In 1961, the doubt was a mercy. The hills could go the rest of their lives not certain, and so could everyone who met them. No one builds that in anymore. The recovery is automatic, time-stamped, synced before breakfast. Evan keeps the clips on 3 drives, not because he watches them, because deleting them feels like agreeing to something. 14 clips, 14 taps on the temple. A man in his own driver's seat, palm up, handing his eyes back to whatever came down from the trees, wearing his shape. The question was never where the hours went. The question is, what drove you home, and whether it ever gave you back. This is Urban Dread. The city never sleeps, and neither should you.